criteria that they should consider when selecting an LMS?
Right. I mean, I guess it really obviously depends on kind of what they're looking for, but there could be a long list of criteria for that should be considered. So, I mean, I'll just, I guess, throw some out there. Content authoring would be one, right? Like, do you want to kind of have control over the content that you're creating in the platform? I mean, how about video, right? So video is just, everything is on video, right? Everybody goes to YouTube to search something up and learn how to clean your toaster, right? They're looking at YouTube videos, right? So leveraging video is extremely important, and it engages your employees, right? The type of assessments and exams, right? So, I mean, look at the quizzing engine or the testing functionality of a particular platform, right? Proctoring, so if it's a high stakes certification, you want to validate somebody's, identity as they're taking, and then kind of monitor, right? So what degree of proctoring, if any, might be desired? What type of experience? We talked about synchronous, asynchronous, hybrid, lots of flexibility there as you mentioned earlier. Data and analytics, though, is one thing, right? So it's not just delivering the training, but it's also reporting back and analyzing, how are we doing? Like, are learners actually learning? Is there potentially a problem with our content? Or is there potentially a problem with the way that some of our quizzes and certifications, the wording is, right? The content's great, but the quiz isn't addressing it properly, right? So just being able to drive that data analytics, monitoring the progress of your learners throughout their experience. E-commerce is another one, right? A few other ones we haven't even talked about, like cloud, right? Do you want a platform that runs on the cloud, or do you want to host it yourselves, right, on site? Multilingual languages, like multinational organization. Brightspace, for instance, is translated in 18 languages now, right? We operate all over the world. Accessibility, not just being easy to use on a cell phone or an iPad or a tablet, but accessible from an accessibility standards perspective, right? Maintenance as well, right? And services and support. So a long list of criteria that you should probably consider when looking at analytics.
Yeah, so that might be an overwhelming list, and I know that you're only scratching the surface. So if we really built out the whole list, it's probably very long. If somebody came to you and asked, where do I start? What do you tell them?
Right. I always say, hey, let's have a conversation. I love talking to people, obviously, but I think it's a conversation with somebody like me or somebody like you, right, Petra? And just and from that conversation, I really want to understand what is the desired future state, maybe understand some of your existing pain points, obviously, then, and then what your organization's success criteria might be, right, for a successful future with a new LMS platform. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be difficult, right? And I think if you work with the expertise and you solicit the expertise for a bit of assistance, you could be very much set up for success.